What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So, yes, you see the title of the broadcast. And listen, look, of course, we all know that Governor Desantis of Florida, he doesn't play any games. He's not out here bullshitting.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Yes. And he's saying no to this immigration bill that they're trying to do out there in Florida and things like that. So listen, look, we're going to dive off into this and see what's going on. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
So there's a battle brewing in Florida between Governor Ron Desantis and the Republican-controlled legislature. They're at odds over a bill about a crackdown on illegal immigration, basically how to do it and who should be in control over it. Governor Ron DeSantis vowing to veto that bill, saying it's weak. It will transfer immigration power to a bureaucracy. You'll recall DeSantis was one of the first governors to take a stand and send illegal immigrants from Florida over to a blue state. Remember that? That went well. Eventually making it a top priority in this year's presidential election, maybe helping deliver the presidency to Donald Trump. Joining us now to discuss this when where they're at right now locally is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Governor, great to see you. Can you tell everyone at home what's going on between you and your fellow Republicans in the legislature?
Sure, Brian. I called a few weeks ago for a special session of the Florida legislature to address this issue of illegal immigration and specifically how we could help the Trump administration, based on his executive orders, enforce immigration laws and increase the number of illegal aliens that we're removing from the state of Florida. They have programs that our local and state government can enter into. We want all of our governments to be into that. We also have people that can be deputized by ICE to act as immigration agents. So there's a huge range of possibilities here to be able to do this and finally do it right. And I know President Trump is fully committed to honoring his campaign promise to enact the largest deportation program in American history. But when I called for that, even though our voters really wanted to do it, the leaders of the legislature said it was premature. And one of them even said that it was a stunt. So they didn't want to do this at all. The problem is the voters wanted them to. So they had pressure to show up and do it. But instead of doing the proposals that we had, which would actually work, they did a piece of legislation which would actually undercut our ability to respond. They take away all the powers of the governor and the different state agencies that are currently in the fight, and they transfer it to the Commissioner of Agriculture. But as you know, Brian, agriculture has been a magnet for illegal foreign labor. And they also bar any involvement with ICE unless you do a Mother May I from the Commissioner of Agriculture. So what it does is it masquerades as an enforcement bill, but it makes Florida a de facto sanctuary state. Final point is just
stop it.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And there we go. And there we go. Any way to wiggle around and maneuver and things like that. Listen, look, it's all about the money out here. Follow the money and you'll figure out who doing what. Everything is about the dollars. This whole immigration process that's been going on with the previous administration, things like it's all about the damn money. Everything's about money. Don't be fools out here. Stop being fools. It's all about money. Nobody's giving a fuck about the American citizens. Nobody's giving a fuck about the illegals. Nobody's giving a fuck about none of this shit. It's all about the damn dollar. Real talk from the powers that be trying to get richer. And these are just facts. And, this is the capitalized game that we play. But to a degree, it's also getting a little bit more greedier than normal. I'm just saying. A little bit more greedier, okay?
This. I've never seen a more negative reaction for anything the Florida legislature has done from our grassroots than I have seeing how they've done this bill. It's almost unanimous.
Right. People
want this problem solved once and for all. My set of proposals will do it. Their set of proposals will make the problem worse.
And we can put them on the screen while we talk. But, Governor, just researching and getting ready for the segment, it seems personal. It seems like you killed the Agriculture Commissioner's $300 million water bill. The House Speaker says he tried to call you, didn't return his call. So is this personal amongst Republicans? And are they running to President Trump to referee it?
So you have to ask them, but I can tell you this, Brian, when you get elected to office, you have a responsibility to do what's in the best interest of the people that put you there. You shouldn't worry about phone calls. You shouldn't worry about these other things. It's not about you. It's not about these personalities. It's not about turf war. It's about getting the job done. So I clearly have a set of proposals that have strong support from the people that elected us. Right. And oh, by the way, are consistent with the promises that we made. And I think, my view is if you want to be weak on this and you want to run that way, I don't think you'll get elected. But if you do and you do it, hey, what am I going to do? But these guys run as being tough on this. And then when given the opportunity to seize this moment and really deliver history hand in hand with the Trump administration, they squish out and they do something like this. But I do think some of them may be operating more on their own personal agendas. That's possible. But that would help explain why you would do such a stinker bill. Focus on the people. We're not here. Gotcha. It's not about me or the legislature. It's about them.
And Governor.
Right. Listen, look, just what he just said, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to do some underhanded shit low key. And the thing of it is that, a lot of these politicians, they be in office and things like that. Perfect example, what Tiffany Henry's doing up in Dalton, Brandon Johnson in Chicago, and things like that. It's something in the background that's benefiting these people to try to hold on to this type of power, or either try to, maneuver the power the way that they needed to maneuver. Because, come on now. It's all about the dollar. Listen, look, man, this is money. And it's nowhere around these factors right here. Now, shout out to Desantis, man. He's not going. He's for his constituents and things like that. And I think, they're probably going to vote him back in when it's time. But yeah, though, it is what it is on that.
You're going to veto this thing. And even though they have a super majority, it might be trying to override it. Judging by what I see, I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Hopefully they'll come across, because this seems to be a family fight. If I could ask you something else that you did that really stood out is take it on Disney. When they decided to condemn your legislation, you called them out. You told them, forget your autonomous status. People thought, Governor, you're crazy. Don't take on this behemoth. You did. You won. And I think it's directly related to what President Trump's experiencing right now. First, he beats ABC, I think, for $15 million, and they pay out. And then he beats Meta, Facebook, for $25 million, they pay out. He's about to beat CBS because he's suing 60 Minutes over that abomination of an interview with Kamala Harris where they edited to make her look good. They're about to pay out. I believe this all stemmed from you taking on Disney. Are you under that belief? Do you think it germinates back to that?
Well, I think we were the first to really, and Disney's the 800-pound gorilla in Florida, but we had to do what was right, stand up for kids. We don't want gender ideology imposed. We did remove their special control over this local government, and now we run it with governor appointees. And guess what? They don't have the special privileges, but they're still investing billions of dollars when people said Disney was going to leave Florida. We also did things, Brian, like crack down on ESG. We took $2 billion away from BlackRock in terms of managing our pension fund. So we stood up. We showed that we were on the side of the people. We were successful. And it looks like Donald Trump's having great success as well.
And you guys.
Yo.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It just is what it is, man. Listen, look, man, no way that at the end of the day, Disney was going to pull out of Florida. They've been there too long. It's too much investment there. Shit. Hell no. Disney not stupid. So, it's all about the go along to get along game. You know what I'm saying? Disney is a plant in Florida as well as in California, places like that. So, yeah, I know that, I knew they weren't going to do that. But listen, look, Governor Desantis, man, shout out to him. And, he need to keep, running Florida, making sure that those people, that the constituents there get what they want, and they voted for him. They voted him in. So, we got to understand these things. When people go out and vote and stuff like that, and overwhelming, these people win and stuff like that, they voted DeSantis in. So, yeah, they want DeSantis to do what they wanted him to do. And it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
And that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.